Hello, great minds. Welcome back once again. Hope you're doing amazing. I just want to know that you're doing very amazing. How is your emotional health? Hope you're good mentally. Hope you're sound. How about your physical health? Your body, spirit, soul? Hope you're great. Yeah. Welcome back to Reactivate Great Minds conversations. Woo, you're welcome. New viewers, we say welcome. For our returning viewers, as usual, we really appreciate the fact that we get to do this with you. We become better with you, with us sharing what we have to share with the world, and with you also sharing what you have to share with the world along with us. Before we continue, we have been on a series in this October. We are talking about integrity, and we started from our last video. I would encourage you, if you have not seen that video, please, what are you waiting for? Oh yeah, rush, go and watch that video then, so that you can catch up with us where we are at, and we can not afford to miss out any step in this journey we are set out to do. Now we have these two books. My books are still available. If you want copies, reach out. We have this Don't Blow Your Chances. This is like a home book. It's both for parents and the children. Someone called me recently and told me, oh, bring Don't Blow Your Chances for me. I need a copy. And by the time the person was giving me feedback, the person have like some copies, I don't know what happened. He was giving me feedback. He was like, oh, I was thinking, how about you doing, the second of Don't Blow Your Chances? This time around, you make it like, let's focus on parents separately, and then let's focus on the youth separately, so that you would have more space to put in more. Because after reading this book, I feel like I need more of this, and even if I was like happy to get that feedback, I also see it as a challenge to step out and do something more. So I'd encourage you to get this book. It's a home book. As parents, it is needed, and as a child too, it is needed for young people. Then, Setting Heroics Influencing Emotional Fitness. I'll recommend this for people doing life already engaging with life fully. I'll recommend this for you. You need to be fit enough mentally. Everything we do physically, we will not do them well if we are not emotionally stable. And so this book will help us. So it's like a guide. Somebody read it and said, I can live out your book. I'm so excited. Like, I can read chapter 1 and practice it the next day. I can read chapter 2 and practicing it the next day. This book is really useful for you. Like they say, it's a daily guide for them, so it will also be for you. It's amazing, and you have a whole lot of my personal experience, my flips and my flops, you see them here. So it's an interesting read, actually. Yes, I will encourage you to get them. Now let's continue on what we are talking about. We are talking about integrity. And even though we live in a world where certain values are being eroded, where certain values are being skipped, where moral soundness is not a thing that people are training themselves to become. A whole lot of times, people are eager to be better at their skill, or to learn new skill, or to improve on that job, or get married and start having the children and everything, just promotion and everything that has to do with, elevation. And to a very large extent, very little also invest same energy to integrity. But the truth is, integrity matters. It matters a lot, not just about your results, but the process to that result. I'll say that again. It matters, not just about your results, but the process to that result. Along the way of achieving that thing that everybody would celebrate, everybody is celebrates, Everybody will celebrate. Along the way, what are you doing? How are you going about it? That is a very, very sensitive question you have to ask yourself. So I want this integrity series to be taken personally. I take it personally. So I want you to take it personally and take it as important as getting that skill, getting that job, getting that spouse, training that child. Think of everything that you want, getting that promotion, getting whatever it is that you want to get. Take integrity as something that should be something you also get and move it along life. In our last video, we focused on asking so many questions: where you meet people, how you meet people, what you see, and everything. So you go back and watch so that you can catch up with us and what they can get from you. It's like a question. It's more like a question. That video will help you ask yourself a lot of questions. So go and catch up with us here. Now, in the course of Joseph, after he expressed his dream and his brothers began to conspire against him. What I want to say is this: if you read that story of Joseph, there was no way he started compromising. At times people will be like, oh, the reason why I had to tell that lie, the reason why I had to take that money, the reason why I had to, change my name, and claim something that I'm not entitled to, is because there is a goal I'm hoping to get to, I'm hoping to achieve. And when I get that goal, man, everything will be all right. I've seen a situation where somebody that is not doing a particular business have an invoice for that business. Should I say invoice or letter or something to get money for that business? And when I saw it, I was like, okay, probably, the person wants to engage in it or something, want to start doing the business. But we all know that is not what this person is into. I really don't know the reason behind it, and I'm not here to judge anybody. But I want to remind you that is watching me, and also myself, that what we do in the process of getting what we want matters. Do you know that somebody can just look at you and decide, to do something that will change their life forever? And we decide to do something that they may never be able to come out of just because they see us doing something. At times, we should look life beyond ourselves. It is this mentality of, I must get this, I must get that. By all means, in all that getting, get money. Not even wisdom again. In all that getting, get link. In all that getting, get a connection. In all that getting, grab everything you can grab. In all that getting, get a promotion. But that's not what the Bible says. In all that getting, get understanding. So when your target is just your goal, I have this goal to meet by this year, I should make so amount of money. By this year, I should do this. By this year, I should get married. By this year, I should have a child. Look, the way you begin, when it becomes your ultimate, you might lose value in between. You might begin to tell lies. You might begin to sleep with somebody that you're not married to, and the Bible calls it fornication. I know we live in a world where all those things looks like it doesn't matter anymore. But I want to tell you, the viewers, God still counts sin. I know the Bible tells us, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. But it's not why Jesus came to die and take away this sin, and gave us grace, mercy, and power to live above sin, and make it possible for us to look at what is wrong and say, no, I would not be a part of this. Was that not why Jesus came? Jesus did not come for us to continue in sin. Apostle Paul says, shall we continue in sin that the grace of God may abound? And God forbid. God forbid. Would you continue to forge that invoice that the grace of God may abound, because you want a goal? Would you continue to sleep with that girl because you want her to say yes to you? Would you continue to sleep with that guy because you want to be the one that will hook him and say, oh, at the end of the day, I'm the one he chose? No, the process matters even more than the goal. Because the truth is, there are people we see, and by our own standard, we say, oh, this person has not achieved much. But before God, that person has achieved a lot. The person has scaled through a lot of hurdle. The person has watched himself being put in the pit like Joseph and still say, no, I would not compromise my stand. I would not compromise value. I would not compromise integrity. You know, when we look at Joseph and how the brother tried to sell him, how they conspired to kill him and everything, and how we have no record of anything wrong that he at the process he was doing. He is also human being. He was in flesh and blood. We all like to tell the story, oh, from prison to palace. It is a very fantastic story. How about the process? Can you live through the same process and come out well? And by the time he was sold, we all know the story, taken. By the time he got to Potiphar's house, men, we knew that Joseph was handsome. So I would ask you a question. With your beauty, do you still have integrity as a lady? As a guy, with your handsomeness and your financial strength, do you still have integrity? Would you rather spend that money on a side chick, than put the money down for food at home? Do you still have integrity? Would you, because you have the resources, to spend on different people, you begin to do things that even your wife will not be proud of? As a young guy, do you use your appearance, physical appearance, your access to financial, availability and resources? Would you use that to, deceive different ladies? When we talk about integrity, we can't remove character. We can't remove attitude. We can't remove habits from it. Do you still do this? All these matters, even if it look like we are living in a time when all these things do not matter. They matter. They matter a lot. With your wisdom, a whole lot of people are so wise, especially in this time and age. I know the Bible says that wisdom will increase. With your wisdom, do you take advantage of people when they come to you for advice? What kind of counsel do you give? By your wisdom, are you careful that you know the mental state of each person that comes to you and know what you share to each of them part time that will make them better people? Because in as much as I love, backstories, I love being open and honest. I love telling people the true situations of things, because the truth is that is what will help them to come out of whatever thing that they want to come out of, or that you hope that they come out of. Look, the truth helps. But sometimes you don't tell the truth to certain people. You don't lie to them. Don't get me wrong. You don't lie to them. But you don't tell them because their mind is not matured enough to receive it at that time. There are some things you would do. For example, let me give you an example. Let's say which example should I give now? There's some things you would do. You should not tell somebody that doesn't have a matured mind to know that this was your past. It is not your present. It's not something you're currently doing. It's something you came out of. A matured mind would receive that information and even improve on it and say, oh, I would not make this mistake that this man said that he made. Or I would not make this mistake that this woman said that she made. I would build instead on that place that she became better and me becoming more better. But an immatured mind, please pay attention to this so that you mind what you share with certain people. And immature, like somebody that is not really matured, will say, oh, if this person that I look up to so much can do this, who am I? Let me do it, later I will change. Some immature minds, some people are not really fully matured, can do that. And so they take it as an advantage, as excuse to do that thing you have shared with them that you did that was wrong. Instead of them to learn from it, they take advantage to say, this person did it at this time. Look at the person's life now. She has become better. He has become better. Oh, he learned from it. Let me to do it at this point in my life. Later I can change. And that is where your wisdom comes in. That's why I say integrity, it also involves that you apply your wisdom in dealing with different people that are at different stages of their life. And it's not just about age. I have seen young people who are like, let's just say 25. They are doing very fine and they think very good. When you have conversation with them, you say, oh, this is fantastic. And I've also seen matured people that are more matured and older than that, behave in a way that you'll be thinking, why is this person not thinking in this capacity? But maturity, as the popular saying goes, is not age. And by experience, I have seen that maturity is actually not age. There are people that mature early depending on how they were exposed, who they were exposed to, environment they were exposed, their reading habits, and the kind of, things that they relate with. So don't look at somebody and say, oh, this person is 35, this person is 40, this person is 45, so I can just say anything to them. No, it doesn't work that way. You can be in your, how will I put it, you can be in your 40s and you're acting like 50s. When I was in my teenage, my cousins, they used to tell me, say, you're not enjoying life, you're behaving too matured, you're not enjoying life. And I was thinking to myself, what am I missing? I wasn't seeing myself missing anything. It's just me. And when I was in secondary school, my classmates, they call me auntie. They say, you're always too you're always in comporting yourself, mind the way you talk, mind the way you act, you don't just play anyhow and all that. So they call me auntie. And I had a close friend then, Cynthia will be like, she'll be the one giving me feedback. These people are calling you auntie. They say you don't play too much and all that. So what I'm trying to drive out here is that we all mature differently. It doesn't matter my age. It doesn't matter your age. We cannot all behave alike. And that is why you apply wisdom with dealing with each individual, so that you don't, in the process of you sharing certain things, you don't make them lose value. You don't make them brush off integrity. This point matters a lot, and I pray that you get this as coaches, as counselors, as uncles, aunts who have younger ones looking up to them, senior brother that you are, senior sister that you are, as a parent, as a friend, that you have people looking up to you. Please and please mind what you share with other people. It is very important. Look at the maturity state of a person before you share certain things. And that is why whenever I'm invited to speak, and I do this especially in conferences, in a church, of course, you will pray, Holy Ghost, take control. What do you want me to speak on? Do what you can do with the word and everything. Now, when you go to conferences, in church, you're with believers, believed to be so, or people that are interested in God. For you to find yourself in church, that means you're interested in God, you believe in Jesus, you want to know more. So there's a particular mind frame that has come together. But in conference, you have different people that will say they don't believe in God, people that are not both Christian, non-Christian, Muslim, traditional worshiper. So you have different categories of people, not people coming with the same belief or hoping to achieve the same thing. You see why conference is, much more sensitive. Now, whenever I'm going to a conference, I love to study the audience. I love to see the group of people I'm talking to, because what I will tell a particular sect of people, I would I would mind how I will share it with another sect of people. So there are some people you can say certain things to direct. There are some people that you need to, relate it with something they can easily grasp, that they can easily understand. There are certain people that when you're sharing something with them, you focus on the danger more. There are certain set of people like that. When you're trying to tell them, oh, don't do this, and if that thing is, we bring forth negative results, you focus on the danger more because that is what will work for them. There's certain people that you focus on the things you learn more because they would see the danger by themselves. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to analyze here. Because when we talk about integrity, all those things comes into play. Have you ever wondered why people would think that doing, for example, let me use something for example, why people will think that like changing their age doesn't matter. Let's use as little as that. Why people will think it? Probably because, oh, I need to get that job, or I need to travel, and in traveling I have to reduce my age. Now, these are as minute as it looks, as minute as it sounds. I'm not judging or, how will I put it, condemning anybody. No, I'm trying to see and bring out something that we should try to improve on or try to work on, because it starts from little things. It starts from little things. If you can take that 1 naira, you can take 10 naira. If you can take 10 naira, you will see a reason why you need that 100 naira. If you can take that 100 naira, 500, you actually need it for something more. You want to see why somebody would not see anything wrong with talking down on somebody to get a promotion at job, or going to say something that somebody did not do so that somebody else can get sacked, or going to, somebody's in a relationship, you meet the person's fiance, whoever, and you begin to lie on something so that there will be issue between the two people. So when you look at integrity, actually it's not a big thing, that one mighty thing. Is from little things. So beyond yourself, as you relate with people, please apply caution and apply wisdom. Of the younger people of this generation, look, I will tell you, every action that you take will affect your future, for good or for bad. Your parents has done the best they can do, and of course they will still be trying their best, but you have a choice to make. You have a part to play, and you have to sit up and play that part. Why would you as a young girl, as a young guy, be sleeping around? It is wrong. It is wrong. Don't let the society paint it for you. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It matters to you. You'll be distracted, you'll be worried because you have to keep worrying. If you get pregnant, you might not fulfill that dream that you're having, or you might be delayed. Something you can prevent, avoid it. For those who are already in that shoe, like you find yourself in that line, there is a remedy, but you have to sit up and embrace what could be, embrace what is possible, embrace that you can be better, embrace that you can improve your life, embrace that you don't have to sit there doing that. Because I once met somebody, right, that was saying that he's a man. He was saying that, oh, if a young girl have started indulging in immoral thing, then there's nothing wrong, just continue it now. Since you have started. No, if you have started, you can halt, you can stop it. Yes, you can't stop it. Don't allow anybody lie to you. That is a lie from the devil telling you continue your sin, continue. Do you know if rapture will take place at any time? Do you know if anybody can just die at any time? What would you, when you stand before God, what would you say? Then let's even leave that apart. What if you get a disease that is life-threatening? You would just regret that, oh, I would have stopped this thing earlier. And let me tell you, those people telling you that it doesn't matter once you have started, continue. Even they themselves, they will not trust you. They won't trust you in any way. They would not trust you. So it is not a matter of I'm already doing it. It's a matter of I can come out of it. I can stop it. I can do what is right. The one that amazes me is believers who feel that it's okay, all of us sin. It's okay, all of us sin. That mentality will make you to continue to live in a lawless life. You continue to do things that other people that are supposed to give their life to Christ with you, other people that are supposed to know that, oh, this is the standard, we continue to fall away, and you be held accountable for it. Please, it matters. What you do matters. You can live a good life. Don't worry. Let them call you a Jew girl or a Jew guy. You're not the happening one. Oh, you're behaving. You're not. Don't worry. Joseph faced all that and still came out. When he got to the palace, Potiphar's wife admired him. Oh, handsome guy. And he was handsome, you know. Handsome guy, please come into the room with me. What happened? Joseph 4:40. Joseph picked race. The Bible tells us, flee from all appearance of evil. It does not say walk away, consider, try to see how you will move a bit, shift a bit, dodge. He said flee. Like, flee is like, you know that speed guy in Justice League? Do you watch? I watch all those cartoons, animation, all those things. There's a guy called Speed. Pew! Before you know, in a twinkle of an eye, he has gotten from here to there. He can even run and run into the future. So that is the speed at which you should, disassociate yourself from everything that is evil, that is not right. Whenever you want to do what is wrong, check in your conscience, because there's something there that always tell you that it is not right. That is the truth. Every single one of us. There's something that touches us to say, oh, don't do that. Even, let me use a little thing like answering a call or sending a text message. Sometimes you have typed, and you will hear that voice from within you say, don't send that. Wipe that off. Has it happened to you? Yes. So if as little as that is, you trying to send somebody a chat and hearing that voice say, don't say that, wipe it off, and you're wiping it off and decide, I will not reply this person, or I would not do this, or I will not send that message anymore, I will not do that, then how much more the bigger things? So whenever you want to do what is not integrity, what is out of it, what is far from it, there is always that inner voice prompting you, saying, hello, don't do that, it's not right. But we also have a way of shutting that voice down to say, I'm going to do this one, maybe I won't do the next. Oh, be silent, I will do this anyway. Oh, I'm at the edge of it, I will do it anyway. But once when next you hear that voice, when you want to do something, say, oh, no, don't do that, please. Listen and don't do it. Because you see, your life is not just about you. Even if it is about you, because at the end of this life, your spirit, your soul, they will account for everything you do on earth. So it is about you. Even if it's not just about you, it's also about you. So now beyond you, and that is where we should not be selfish, beyond you, other people that are watching you, you are influential. Even if it's just one person, it's just that a whole lot of people cannot come and meet you to tell you how much they admire you and want to be like you and hope to do what you're doing. But I tell you, you're influencing somebody. So because of that one person that is watching, and that one person is influencing that person, so you see the multiplier effect. Because of that one person, please stick to doing what is right. Stick to doing what is right. Nobody was there with Joseph and Potiphar's wife. I believe we got to know the story because Joseph would have mentioned it at a point in time. And then, of course, the wife told the story to the husband, but then Joseph had to say his own part of the story. At the end of the day, the story will come out. But Joseph ran away. He did not do it. And there was something interesting that he said. He said, how can I do this? and sin against God, not even against his master. He knows that beyond the physical people that he has seen, beyond the person he is working with, there is an unseen person that he will give account to. And so he said, how will I do this and sin against God? Most times, personally, there are some things I also want to do. There are some things I just feel, I'll just, let me just do this. Especially when it comes to dealing with somebody that has done something wrong to you or said something to you. But I look at it and I say, how will God feel about this? Would he love what I'm doing? Would he like that I'm saying that? Would he? So I always have this thought that it's beyond the physical people I'm saying. It's about my God, my creator. Will he be pleased that I'm about to do this? Will he be pleased? And you see, that's what we call the fear of God. The fear of God is not about you preaching Christ, saying Christ, singing Christian music, going to church and all that. The fear of God is about your decision when no one is watching, where no one is there, where no one will even know that those kind of things, you were even having that kind of consideration in the first place. That decision at that place is what shows that you are a fear of God. And personally, that's why I encourage parents, because it helps me. Beyond everything you will give your children, good education, money, connection, anything, think of it. The fear of God, the knowledge of God, the knowledge of the presence of God is a priceless gift to your children. That is what we keep them when you are not there. That is what we guide them when no one is available. That is what will make them take decisions in their mind before they act out. That is what will help them by the time they come out of your covering, when they are now independent, when they are in their husband's house, when they are in their wife's house, when they are in school, when they've traveled to a country that nobody that knows them is there. That knowledge of who God is and what God expects is what will guide every of their action. Nobody was there, remember, when Joseph ran away. He could have done it and become a favorite servant in the palace, and everybody will respect him because Madame likes him, and nobody will even know why Madame likes him. Let's not bring out something from that, when madams that claim that they are tough, that there's a particular guy that they like. Anyway, it's not like that too, so don't think that way, But everybody would have respected Joseph and have the fear of Joseph, but he wouldn't have gotten to that place that God originally orchestrated. And let's say he gets there by that means. Let me put it this way. If he becomes the chief servant of the house, it's also a highest position according to his knowledge and according to knowledge of that time. If he didn't become the prime minister, we would as well celebrate that. Do you get it? It means that would have pegged his growth, and that would have become a good position. See, it would have been a fantastic position to be servant. The lead or chief servant in Pharaoh's house is a good position compared to where he's coming from. Other servants will bow to him, and it will look like that dream has come to pass because servants are bowing to him. The master's wife is under his care. Of course, he have access to the master's wife. That can be to him the moon and stars bowing to him. You know how people go for, after marriage, they go somewhere to, whatever, then they say honeymoon. So that would have just been moon for Joseph. Like I saw the stars and moon bowing to me, and all those things. It could have just been the testimony for him. Nobody would have probably heard that he slept with the wife of his master to get to that position and be celebrated. But before God, would he have become all that God has originally intended for him? I'll leave you with these thoughts. Feel free to contribute to everything we have said. I would encourage you to share your thought with us. Let's see in the comment section. Let's see how, and also to you, what is integrity and how do you think the society can become better? How have you helped people to see what is wrong? Let me know. Let's have this conversation. We have really spent time and I enjoy spending it with you. I hope you enjoy spending with me. Share this thing with somebody that you know that it will help. To have a great day. Ciao.